Are you tired of waiting in the same dingy old service center? Well, Oppo has something different for you. We're here at the Oppo 3.0 Service Center, which is a bit different from the norm. So let's take a look around the service center to understand how it changes customer experience and how many quality of life improvements it brings. Let's go. Oppo recently invited us to its new service center in Chandigarh, which Oppo is calling its Service Center 3.0. It's a new experience the company is providing that tries to defy the concepts of boring, unaesthetic service centers and replace them with a bit of fun and comfort. Not only can you play around with the latest Oppo smartphones and browse a wall of Oppo accessories, but you can also lounge on comfortable couches and seats that Oppo claims provides a more homely environment. You can also find games sprinkled around for your kids or the kid inside you to pass time. We sure did. The service center also has a large desk with built-in boot charging points, so your devices never run dry when you're waiting around for your phone to be fixed. There are a couple of sofas sprinkled around the place with access to charging points as well. There's a TV in the waiting area for customers to be entertained. If you'd like to work out of the service center while waiting and need a bit of privacy for your meetings, there's a private room as well, complete with a sofa and TV. Our favorite part of the new experience is the wall-free workstation for Oppo engineers. Basically, customers can look at their devices being repaired in front of their own eyes and even ask the engineers any questions they may have. This gives users an added reassurance and helps them pass time as well. Aesthetics aside, Oppo has also made multiple strides in customer service and was ranked number 1 in after-sales service by Counterpoint in both 2019 and 2020. We spoke to Mr Saurabh Chaturvedi, Head of Customer Service at Oppo India, to know more about their secrets for success and the future of customer service at Oppo. Hi everyone, we're here with Mr Saurabh Chaturvedi, the Head of Customer Service at Oppo India, and we're here at the Oppo 3.0 Service Center. So can you tell us a bit about what the 3.0 experience is like and how it is different from the previous versions?
So how it is different from the previous versions?
Yeah.
Previous versions were more of the standard ones, which we see across industry. The service centers where you would have those chairs where you have to just sit in line and just wait for your turn and all that. Me visiting one of the service centers for not in the mobile industry but somewhere else because I just use Oppo. So I found it very tiring that those chairs were not comfortable.
Right.
And the waiting time was too long and I didn't have much to do. So thinking about that, I thought what I can do for my customers. How can I give them a more relaxed environment, a more transparent environment where they can actually see what is happening. So that is how the idea came up for 3.0 service centers. So what we try to do here is that we try to provide them transparent service when it comes to repair. Because generally what we see is that we have a blind spot as soon as our phones are being repaired. We don't know what is happening with our device, but we have this curiosity, though we are not engineers, but we want to understand that how do they repair the devices and all. So we came up with this transparent thing where you can actually sit across the table with the engineer.
Okay.
And it's not just sitting across the table. We are maintaining all the technical standards and we are maintaining all the standards that are required to repair the device. We have not compromised on any of our standards. So earthing, for example, in a very simple term, that is being taken care of. Engineers can talk to the customers, explain them. We have few things for kids. They can come and relax if someone is coming along with their kid. If there is someone who is interested in reading, we have magazines, we have books, we have newspapers. If an important event is going on, there is TV, because I believe that mobile is what keeps us entertained. And as soon as mobiles are taken away from us, we get confused that now what we're going to do, right? So we cover that bit as well, so that we try to resolve the queries within 1 hour or as soon as possible. This is the maximum time we take generally in most of the cases. But even during that time, if you get an important call, either you have to walk out of the service center or that place because there are a lot of people around and you cannot ask everyone to lower down their volume, right? Because their call is important to you, not to everyone else, right? So we have a separate room. I would not name it anything as a VIP room or something, but I would just say it's your private zone where you can just walk in. If no one is there, you can just take your calls, let it be a professional call or a personal call. You can relax on sofas. We have charging points next to the sofa as well. We have charging points on table, which are VOOC charging points, so customers can actually come and just relax. So it's a very different kind of a setup. When I walk into any of our 3.2 service centers, I feel relaxed. That otherwise you feel that we have been taught in a certain pattern that what are service centers, how do they look like, right? So bringing in this concept is giving more relaxed environment. As you can see all around that people are just busy with their own things. It's not that they have to sit in one line and someone is calling out their number and they have to walk in and all that. I think we need to change with time. We want to provide the best of service, as well as giving them a very relaxed atmosphere. Have tea, have coffee, just relax while we go ahead and fix the major problem that is happening in your life with the device. So I believe that is the difference between 3.0 and the previous service centers. Apart from that, we have the mobiles, we have accessory wall if you're interested in something. As I said, we have TV for entertainment and all that. So we have tried to cover maximum things in this bit. But yes, if I receive any more feedbacks from consumers where we can add more to this place, I would be more than happy to add those features in this specific service centers.
You were talking something about a foosball table as well, right? Is that in the plan too?
If you visit our Kochi 3.2 service center in Kerala, you would see a foosball table there.
Oh, that's great.
So this just opened 5 months back. As I said, we are adding more things but making sure that it depends upon the space as well.
Right.
Because if I'm playing foosball, it's going to make some noise, right? And some of the customers may be interested or maybe not interested in that noise. So yeah, depending on the place and all, we would have something or the other which would actually keep the customer engaged. Right?
Okay, so this is the comfort and the homey vibe you're talking about.
Yes.
That the new service centers have. From the past few years, what have been some of the technological developments for Oppo's customer service that our readers or our viewers should know about? What have been some of the things that have been brought to the next level, maybe with AI or anything like that, that brings more ease to the customer service experience?
I would say that in customer service, I believe, and I'm a firm believer of this, we should have a single entry and exit point. What do I mean by that? Generally, you call and then you are redirected to somewhere else, and then you are redirected to somewhere else. Your emails are just keep on bouncing to other departments or somewhere. Then someone else is responding to the query which you actually raised. Of course, they would be resolving a query, but I believe in building rapport with the consumers, right? So we believe there should be a single entry and exit point for the customer. So when we talk about technology now, in 2019, we came up with the first AI chatbot on WhatsApp. So I keep on getting a lot of requests, even within the team and from my family members as well, who are using Oppo, that ye service center kahan hai, and all that. So I give them my WhatsApp number. So you would go on to WhatsApp and just type the service center name, as in Chandigarh Service Centre, and within less than a second, I would say, generally a second or two, you would receive all the details about service center. So we came up with the AI chatbot. We came up first on Facebook Messenger, then we came up on WhatsApp. Then in 2020, when COVID came, I understood that we need to bring in human chat as well, because one of my agents or advisors can handle one call at a time. But with chat, they can handle multiple customers at the same time, right? And on WhatsApp, customer does not need to keep looking at his phone key, that window is closed, or maybe an internet issue or something, because WhatsApp will not have that challenge, right? So we brought in chat on WhatsApp. That helped us a lot and helped the customers a lot, because we received a lot of queries from customers related to whatever reasons. Because I don't know if you have felt, but I have felt in my own circle, my family and friends, they faced a lot of issues with device during COVID. Maybe because of high usage, or I don't know it was what, but a lot of devices were facing something or the other, maybe because excessive use and all that. And imagine that time there is no one to help you, because service centers are closed. Everything is, and this is not because we wanted to, because the government had given clear guidelines that you have to close any public places and all. So we came up with human chat, we started hybrid working model, not hybrid, rather work from home, even for the call center. We did not shut down our call center, keeping all the security in mind. We had limited staff working from home, making sure that the staff is well as well. So not just for me, ESAT, employee satisfaction, is as important as customer satisfaction, because I believe if my employees are happy, then only my customers can be happy, right? So with that, we brought in AI on chat and all that. And recently this year, we have launched the voice bot, starting with very basic queries, because I just don't want to rush with things, because if there is a product which I don't feel comfortable using, I will not be releasing it to the consumers as well. And it's not just me. I'll tell you honestly what I do is, if I have developed something, as in my team, I have an idea. Once that idea is there in the testing phase, I'll give it to my mom, my sister, my friends, or someone, and tell them, just use it, give me, because they are the ones who will give me an honest feedback that how things are. So when I get the feedback from them and they say, yeah, it's user friendly or this is good, then only I plan ahead that, so even for voice bot, how easy it is to understand, how easy, because there is a lot of background noise, and for a bot to understand, it becomes a little difficult. So we are working on a lot of enhancement on voice bot as well. We are working on bringing in a localized language. So right now, because there is a specific set of voice that can be used, we are trying to bring in, apart from languages, we are trying to bring in the NLP sort of, or I would say localized language, where people can actually feel that it's someone human sitting at the other end. But again, not forcing it to the consumers. If they want to speak to a human, they can always get redirected to the human as well. So yeah, voice bot is there, chatbot is there. I believe humans can never be replaced by no matter what technology we look into it, but they always support. So bringing in AI where basic queries are resolved, but if it comes down to something which is a little complex, then we always have people who can actually do. So we have chat, which is going 24/7. We have social media, which is there. We have emails. We have voice. We have service centers. So more or less, these are the channels that we have.
So basically, we've been talking about how your technological advancements and the comfort and homey feeling of the Service Center 3.0. I also found out that through a counterpoint research, Oppo actually had the maximum customer satisfaction in the year 2020. So how is that continued now that we're out of the pandemic phase? Through this 3.0 experience, do you have faster deliveries, maybe pick up and drop services, stuff like that? What are the things that are constantly being done to assure that customer satisfaction?
Okay, yeah, that actually happened in 2019 and then again in 2020. So
That's
2 years, we were rated as one of the best customer service in the industry. That happened. Now I'll be very honest with you. After 2 years, we had to actually start a lot of things again. So something which was already in process, service centers actually closed down. Staff motivation and everything. Again, talking about ESAT, that was very important for people to get back to work. It was very difficult, focused on that bit as well. But we have to continuously think, because service is something that can always evolve. You just need to, understand what your consumers want. Because of COVID, what happened, a lot of people are not comfortable even now visiting public places. They have a kind of phobia that, they'll wear mask, always sanitizing their hands and all. So for them, we thought that why don't we do a pick up and drop service? So right now, we have started in one of the centers. We'll be going live with a lot of other places, but I can say we are covering 13,000 pin codes, where customers can actually book a pick up and drop service kind of. And I would say that once the device leaves your home or your hand, within 3 to 5 working days, no matter where you are in those 13,000 pin codes, it will reach, it will be repaired and it will be sent out, and you will receive it between 3 to 5 days. So generally what happens is that we talk about metropolitan cities, that, Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, where we would give you fast service. But what about other places? Your customers, no one promotes a product saying that, if you are in Bangalore, you buy this phone. If you are in Chennai, right? The phone is for everyone. then service has to be for everyone, right? So this is phase one. We are covering 13,000 pin codes. No matter which location is it, 3 to 5 maximum days your phone would be repaired and sent back to you. Later on, we'll be adding more cities and all based on what consumers want. Customers' feedback is important, and again, we will be increasing the geography as well, as and when it happens. Yes, but yeah, right now we would be covering 13,000 pin codes for pickup and drop. Within 3 to 5 days, your phone would be fixed, not just fixed, sent back to you. You would receive it.
And when a customer comes here in your service center, what is the usual turnaround time? Like, okay, if it's a simple, my phone's not hanging a lot, and it's a simple solution for that. What's the turnaround time for that? Or if it's a difficult situation, like you don't have the parts available, what is the turnaround time for that? Can you give us like the lay of the land, what our viewers can expect from Oppo?
Sure. So if I talk about turnaround time, so I'm going to talk about two cases. One is hardware and one is software in a very simple term. So if it's a hardware issue, within 1 hour, around 96% of the cases we resolve. If it is a software issue, we try to, and if the customer has called contact center through any channel, we try to resolve it so that they don't have to visit service center. But if there is an issue and they have to visit a service center, we have people from our R&D team in Hyderabad who are sitting in all the service centers. So if that is something that they find that this is a bug, which has not been reported and not been noticed by us, being very transparent about this, these guys are here who can actually go ahead, follow up with the customer, deal with the software issues and get these software issues fixed as well. So we just don't have level 1 support in a very basic term. We have level 2 support also sitting in service center. Now spare parts, we try to manage it as per the market trend and all. We try to keep it. But if there is a case where we don't have the spare part and it needs to be arranged and all, we keep the customer in loop. By informing him that how much time it will take, and we just don't say that within 2 days we will resolve it. We would be following up with the customer by taking his consent. That is it okay if we give you an update on every stage, what's happening, how it happens in deliveries and all. We would be updating the customers, but yes, 96% of the cases are resolved within 1 hour. If there is an issue, as I said, something very unique which we have found out, then it may take a little longer. If it is a software issue, then these guys need to work, because for a software issue, it's not just the phone, we have to talk to the app developer as well. As and when we get response from them, we would be going ahead and doing it. But if the spare part is not available, 2 to 3 days maximum, we try to we try to get that thing fixed. Yeah.
So what's the rollout plan like for India of Oppo 3.0 service centers? How many are there already, and what's the rollout plan for the future?
We have 2 in Kerala. We have 1 here where we are sitting right now. We'll be going live with Lucknow in a week or so. Any new service center will be 3.0. All the older ones, as and when they are renovated, they'll be moving on to 3.0 as well. So eventually across India, we will have similar experience no matter which place you come from. So we're going to not differentiate. If you are from an X region, let it be that way. If you're from a Y region, let it be that way, because I believe every customer deserves the best, and we should not be differentiating between them that if you are from a tier XYZ, then let it be that way. If you are from a city like Chandigarh or Delhi, then you should get this experience, because I believe everyone needs comfort. No one would say that bring me the steel chairs, I don't want to sit on sofa. So it's just about giving comfort to the customers, no matter where they come from.
Okay, as the head of customer service, this is your baby. What's your favorite part of this entire room?
Our favorite part of this entire room, I would say the Whoop charging points. Why? Because this is a habit that I have got into, that I cannot just imagine my life without fast charging now. I am a heavy user, of course, of the device, but I don't click pictures and all. I'm mostly on, let it be Zoom meetings or let it be on calls and all that. The battery life, of course, is excellent, but you always have this fear if you run out of battery, right? So I need that fast charging in my device. So even if I come and get my phone repaired and I see my phone battery is at 5%, I know in 15-20 minutes it would survive half a day. So I would just quickly charge here and then just move on. Apart from everything else, I believe this is one of something which is very, something which appeals to me and which I really like personally. Yeah.
I think with that, we're done with all the questions. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your time and answering all of them. Thank you. So that was the tour of the Oppo 3.0 Service Center. Do you think it's a game-changing addition to what service centers are in the present? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. And for now, watch this video because I think you'll like it. Bye. I'm just going to take a break. My arm is hurting.
Should I hold it?
No. Once I ask this question, I'll just pass.
Let me hold it.
Okay.